Hey, my marshmallow babies, we have finally made it to day 6. Okay, you have probably took your breaks and things like that. By the time you're watching this video, hopefully you guys are doing well. Let me know down in the comments, how you're feeling. Also, this is a way for you to kind of track and document your progression through your emotions and like how you can actually see visually like what was going on through your mind and how you were able to overcome. Okay, this should be a joyous time. Okay, also, if you did decide to take a break, it's going to feel wonderful. You're going to give yourself time to not really think about stuff, to pretty much be in the moment. You will also be unsubconsciously still using the exercises from the previous days into your everyday life. Okay, but we are at day 6. This is all about acceptance. Okay, acceptance is the hardest part. Okay, acceptance is where you're going to accept things for what they are and be able to let it go. Okay, how is it going to be easier but also hard at the same time? It's going to be easy because you did all the research, you did all the work, you had that open communication, you had that internal thought process of reassuring yourself and understand why it's okay to accept what has happened, or it's okay to accept that you don't have to be around that person or something like that. Okay, but I do have 5 questions, and I'm kind of going to formulate some other exercises that you guys could possibly think of or add on to the acceptance stage of day 6. Okay, so first question says, how do you want to feel most of the time? Okay, and not just most of the time. Ask yourself, how do you want to feel after the experience of the full 7 days? What is it that you want to achieve? Okay, and can you be able to be in that state of mind after being able to accept what has happened or what you've been through in your own 7-day journey? Okay, also keep in mind that after you find one thing to focus on, you can start this whole 7-day process over with a different trauma. Okay, all right. Also, like I said, if you want to pause the video or go back, you can to get the questions, or also go to the link to the actual exercises, because I will be trying to update that as well. Second question, what's stopping you from feeling that way? Okay, so again, that's that acceptance I'm talking about. Like, pretty much it's like you are able to be happy now. It's kind of like you are able to be set free from your cage. Like, imagine a dog that's been in a cage all his life. When you open that cage, sometimes there are dogs that stay in the cage and are afraid to go outside because they do not accept the fact they are free from their burden. Okay, which is crazy because that's your own psychological thing. But once that dog do realize and discover that I'm actually free, they go buck wild. That buck wild moment is nothing but them being able to like really live their best life, really live life to the fullest, and know that they will never have to go back to that cage ever again. That's the whole part of the acceptance stage, is that breakthrough, just overall fulfilling moment. Okay, all right, yeah, that I felt that one right there. But with the third question, you have, how can you change the things you don't like about yourself in your life? So again, it's like, if you feel as though you cannot, reach that point of getting out of that cage per se, ask yourself, how can I change that? How can I get there? Okay, instead of being like, I won't, don't do that. Ask yourself, how can I? What can I do? Work towards that. As you're always having this progressive mindset, you will progressively go forward into your healing. Okay. Fourth question, what things can you not change? Okay, so this is the part where I said you got to accept the things that you can do, be able to know that you can make changes. try to work forward into those changes. And then there's the other side where it's like, it may not be your fault, and it may be something that you cannot physically change. It could be the person that you're trying to have a connection with, okay? Sometimes you come to this hard place where you got to accept that you cannot change a person. You cannot change the outside factors, okay? That's where you have to accept that, this is what it is. I cannot change that. The more and more I try to change that, and the more and more I try to feed into that, I'm going to lose a part of myself while doing so. So I suggest that, try to accept that part too, that sometimes you cannot change people. You cannot change what happened because it's in the past. Leave the past in the past, okay? Like I said, always work on the present. Always focus on the present, especially if you already did all that past work. You already went through the past and, dug out what happened and, what should I do? After going through the past, stay present and only move forward, okay? That's that temporal boundary I'm talking about. Don't go too far in the past or future, and you know that you cannot control or change that part of what happened, okay? All right. Excuse my throat, y'all. Like, it's better today, but yeah. Last and final question. How would you be if you accepted the things you cannot change? Like I said, how do you feel it would pretty much benefit you? Would you feel better if you accepted things more that you cannot change? Like, you cannot change the fact that that person is going to be stubborn. That, like, you just have stubborn people. You just have people that's not willing to change themselves. So you got to be okay with that, okay? You got to be okay with that, and you got to also be okay with leaving those types of people behind, especially if they're not willing to work with you or, come to a, similar type of agreement or something like that. The acceptance stage is where we will be like, where we'll be looking at certain things, okay? This is where the acceptance is going to play a big part, the acceptance stage. So, also, like I said, formulate your own questions. As you're answering those questions, you may come up with another question. Please write that question down before you forget it, because I do want you to go back and be able to answer that question and, be able to tell me what's going on. Again, this video is pretty short and I don't really need to go into much more detail unless I discover something after today. And I will be letting you guys know the progress of the people, maybe because you can also relate to them and some of the things that I may discover while working with them, okay? Also, it's the Lion Gate portal today. I do hope you guys, are able to let go, purge out things with the new moon, and also be able to manifest those new beginnings into your, your new future, pretty much, a happier future. I feel like myself could not have done this 7-day challenge any perfect timing because it's working with the phases of this moon. If you want new love, just anything, connections, whatever's up to you in your placements, manifest those things, ask for those things. Ancestors and your spiritual team are rewarding you for the work that you've been putting in. So definitely expect some type of big reward after doing this as well. But again, y'all stay sweet, my marshmallows.